Yo, what's going on, everyone? Brian and Jim here with Drink a Beer and Play a Game, and today we're doing another episode of Overrated and Underrated. It's going to be controversial, and we'll probably get a lot of dislikes, but today we're talking about the N64.
Uh-oh.
We know there is just a resounding community for people who either love or hate this system. So either way, whatever me and Jim say, you're probably going to either dislike it, or maybe you're going to agree with us. But,
Way to give all the possible answers there, Bri.
You like that?
Real hard-hitting shit.
You like that? So, I'm going to let Jim go first on this one, and he can suck a dick.
Wow. Alright. Well, I get that there's a lot of complaints about it, but I still think it's a better console than most people give it credit for, so I'll probably go with underrated.
Safe!
Don't you save me, motherfucker.
Go on.
I mean, the easy thing to go to is the multiplayer games. And the multiplayer games, for the most part, are classic, and a lot of them still hold up. Whether it's Mario Kart 64, or the Mario Party titles, or Mario Golf and Tennis, or...
They don't hold up.
They hold up.
No, they don't.
They're so simple, they hold up. Oh, you. The wrestling games, a lot of them still hold up. Maybe not as well as we might have remembered when we were younger, and definitely not the ones that weren't made by THQ. Like, those Acclaim ones, those are dog shit. But even a lot of the single-player games, like, Mario's still pretty good, the Zeldas are still good, even though I know the Zeldas have their detractors. The rare games, so the Banjo-Kazooies, the Conker's Bad Fur Day, I still think they're pretty good. Even the ones people talk about less, like, say, like Jet Force Gemini, or Wave Race 64, or Beetle Adventure Racing. A lot of great racing titles overall. And while it didn't have the pure EA titles of the time, a lot of the sports games are actually pretty good. I like the hockey games on there a lot. And the First Quarterback Club was pretty good. So it has something for everyone on there. I mean, yes, I know the whole 5th generation doesn't hold up as well as a lot of that came before and after, but I still feel like there's a lot of fun to be had. And I guess, personally, growing up with third-party Genesis controllers, I was used to big, gigantic, clunking controllers, so I never found the N64 controller that bad. And to be honest, I never hold the center stick. I always hold it from the sides and just reach my thumb over. That's how I always had it comfortable.
Alright.
So,
well,
go ahead, ass.
I'm glad there's going to be diversity, because I am going to go with overrated. All Jim's points were, they're valid to a degree, but my biggest thing is, I still break out the N64 if I'm having buddies over. It's a great party system, it's great for multiplayer, but of all the systems I have, you know the one I never go back to play single-player games? It's the N64. And when it was out, you loved it. You might have loved playing by yourself. But let's face it, those games just really don't hold up today.
Brian, what if I like playing by myself to this day?
You do, but I know you don't play N64 by yourself.
Well, I might do that after.
You would probably go to your TurboGrafx before you go to N64.
Debatable.
Yeah. So... yeah, from what its impact was, from historic, local, multiplayer, I'm not questioning that. But, come on, people are using those rose-tinted glasses, and Mario was great, Zelda was great, 2 or 3 other games were really great, the rest are all meh, and you probably won't be going back to it. I think some of the things Jim didn't mind, I minded a lot. I hate that controller with a friggin' passion. I don't care if you hold on the sides or in the middle. Let's face facts. That was a stupid-looking controller, and you can say I just preferred the PlayStation controller. I'm just gonna say that. That typical dog bone shape, like that from the Super NES and the original Nintendo controllers, perfect. N64.
Oh, I'll say the PlayStation controller is better. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, it's just that was something that always bothered me. And when I go back to games and I do very rarely collect 40 N64, I'll play them and there'll be like some novelty and whatever, but I just find the games consistently lacking in quality compared to the counterparts at the time. Like, games were almost always worse on the N64 for some reason if they weren't first-person titles. That was kind of an issue for me.
No load times.
Oh boy, no load times for a shittier game.
Hey.
I'd rather wait for quality, Jim.
Yeah.
So, it's not to say the N64 you can't have fun with it. I think every true gamer should have it and should have the classics, like Jim said, Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, all those things.
Road Rash 64?
Yeah, you can keep that, Jim.
Well, I bought it, so of course I'm keeping it.
See,
fuck.
I would have sold it. But, like I said, I can't tell you how many countless hours I played the old, No Mercy and shit by myself. But like Jim said, I guess I'm better than him at removing my rose-tinted glasses for those wrestling games. Because, hey, they were fun back in the day. They're just better now. And Jim's just mad I beat him in all the new shit.
No, fuck the new ones.
But putting all that aside, I just do think it is a little overrated, and people give it way more passes than it could. When you compare it to like the NES, the Super NES, Sega Genesis, those systems hold up so much better, and I still go back and on a regular basis play those games. Just an opinion, and I know I'm probably going to be the one in the hate it column this time.
I don't know. With our fan base, you never know.
Well, we want to hear what you guys think. Who do you agree with? Me or Jim? Do you think it's overrated, underrated, just where it should be? That can be an answer too. But let us know in the comments below. And as always, guys, cheers.
Cheers.